Hello everyone and welcome to the second Conquest Pokemon TCG match where I am up against Mike Fouchet. We are going to play a best of 9 once again where we each are going to be using 5 different decks, but this time it's going to be in the expanded format. I already know which 5 decks he chose, he knows what 5 decks I chose. They're all completely different, you won't see any repeat matches this time around, and yeah, hopefully it'll be good for you. Hopefully we will get some entertaining games here. Now I did win the last or the previous Conquest match 5-3, so we'll see how. I know Mike wants his revenge, so we'll see how this goes. Now he's calling the coin flip, and I did see fighting type in the previous screen, so with psychic, so might be Night March. I do get to go first, which is awesome. The fighting type might just be Gallade, which is definitely a bit problematic, but not the end of the world. I am using Eelektrik, Raikou Eelektrik, so we'll see how this goes. Now, disclaimer, and I will probably say this before every video, I have never played in a sanctioned expanded tournament, okay? All the expanded tournament experience I do have is simply from trying it out online. So if I'm a bit rusty, I hope you'll forgive me. It's definitely not my intention. And wow, it's actually Groudon here. So this will be very interesting. Unfortunately, my hand is really bad. Like genuinely really bad. Which will allow Mikey to get a lot of time to set up. And it's gonna be interesting because yes, Groudon can trade very effectively, but starting Mewtwo is actually very ideal as I will be able to pressure any of his Wolfets, and if I can build up 2 Raikous, I can probably trade quite well against Groudon. He doesn't, so apparently his hand was not too great, and I'm definitely grateful for the end myself because clearly I did not have a very good hand, and well, things can happen. 3 Sycamore in my hand. I mean, at least we have guaranteed draw for the next turn, I guess. Okay, so looks like Mike is really struggling as well. The puzzle of time to rearrange the top 3 indicates he has a really bad hand here, and if I can maybe set up using, okay, that's cool. Okay, so I'm gonna use an Ultra Ball, get rid of 2 Sycamores, and I generally don't want to go for Shaman. I don't see the need. I think I'd rather just try and set up more Electrics, and having Shaman on the bench is simply a way for my opponent to I don't know if I should start attacking that Mewtwo, that Groudon, because I do have Compressor, so I'm gonna attach the energy there. Groudon wants to trade against the X's, not non-EXs, so we won't be able to power up Raikou this turn, but that's not a big deal. I guess I will bench both of them, and I'm just gonna X-Ball for 40 damage here and start putting pressure on that Groudon. But yeah, the train of thought on not benching Shaman and not going for Shaman on with that particular Ultra Ball is simply the fact that I don't want to give Mike any easy Lysander targets. For Groudon to take a KO on, and having Mewtwo with 3 or even 4 energy is really good, actually really good, and having that damage on the Groudon is also really good. But he's definitely gonna be able to find another Groudon here, and most likely a Robo substitute, I would imagine. I can't guarantee it, but that's what I would imagine. Now I will probably Sycamore this upcoming turn. Okay, so he opts to grab a Primal Groudon and an Escape Rope, which makes sense, right? It does make sense because, oh boy, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. I will not be able to one-hit KO the Wolfet, which is not ideal, because I have to attach an energy in order to retreat. I can't Lysander up the Primal, and I'm very tempted. I'm gonna Sycamore. I'm just gonna Sycamore for now. Or should I attach an energy? Because if I find a way to retreat, then I would rather have a chance at KOing the Wolfet. And okay, so well, that sucked. I'm gonna computer search away the Hex and the Fighting Fury Belt. I mean, there's no way he never doesn't find a strong energy. And yep, there's a Float Stone, but I did not get I did not find a way to retreat. Oh, that energy is gonna cost me so much, because if I replace the Stadium card, oh, I can't not put pressure on Mikey, but having 3 Verse Seekers is really bad. Having 3 Versus Seekers is actually really bad. You know what? Computer searching for an energy is also really bad. 3 Verse Seekers in my hand, having only played Sycamore so far. That's generally really bad, and I am actually very, very tempted, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use his Tropical Peach, because I'm gonna 2-hit KO the Wolfet anyways, so I might as well get extra cards to hopefully find energy, which apparently I am not going to be able to do. Oh boy. I guess I really misplayed that. I guess I really, really misplayed that. Not drawing energy sucks. It really sucks. And with Wolfet active, I can't even power up Raikus. So now I'm not even going to be able to 2-hit KO the Wolfet once again. Okay, he starts powering up the Groudon, and I top deck a Gallade. Okay, I am going to get rid of the Raikou and the Gallade, and I will find a Dynamo, and I guess I'll end this turn thanks to the Compressor. I just want 1 energy, so with the Compressor I'm gonna get rid of the Xerosic, of an N. Archie's isn't the prize cards. I don't want to get rid of energy, so I'll get rid of those and the Bile Compressor, I guess. I will bench the Dynamo, and I'm going to end my opponent. I could Lysander this regular Groudon to activate my abilities, but I'd rather take a hit on Wolfet, because that will force him to bring up the Groudon anyways. And I do find energy, which is great. I do find energy. So I think it's very unlikely that he will be able to power up the Primal Groudon next turn. So he will most likely have to sacrifice or promote the other Groudon to buy himself a few turns. And with so many Dynamos, or rather with so many Eelektriks now in play, which this deck can afford you to do, I should be okay here. I generally should be okay. I have to be aware though of the deck out win condition, because that could be a thing as well. That could definitely be a thing. So there's the energy on Groudon. I don't believe he has any energy in his discard pile, no, so not even Mega Turbo can help him at this point in time. Does attach a Focus Sash, no big deal. I don't know if he runs any healing or not. Interesting to see the Psychic Energy though, as that means Wolfhead is a potential attacking threat here. Now, I would really like it if he didn't find a way to retreat right now. I'd rather start damaging the Groudon. And yeah, the Focus Sash is not a big deal because I will never one-hit KO the Primal Groudon. So he Tropical Beaches for 1. That's fair. I top deck the Eelektrik. And now what I'm actually missing is, well, what I would love to do is to 2-hit KO that Groudon. But then I think I'm better off getting that 2-hit KO by a 60 and then using Raikou's attack. Because Mewtwo is obviously really good against Groudon as well, and if I have Mewtwo on the bench next turn, then that forces him to have a Lysander potentially. And there's also gonna be pressure on him to find stadiums. No need for me to use any supporter at this point in time, so I'll just Expel here. I mean, I could retreat right now, and I would be dealing 110. Groudon does not resist, and yeah, I think that's a much better play because doing 110 and then with the extra energy 130, even if he evolves to save the... I'm gonna thin out my deck by using this level ball. Even if he evolves into Primal Groudon, I still get the 2-hit KO. So attacking with Raikou here is a lot better, and I'm gonna Dynamotor 1 more energy onto the other Raikou. And now I'm just gonna Thunder Lance for 110. 110 is also the exact amount of HP to KO Wolfhead, so this is a really good scenario. Raikou's ability obviously doesn't matter at all. And yeah, I feel like we're in a very, very good position right now. He Karinas once again. Possibly going for the Primal in order to try and prevent the KO, but we do have the energy to do that extra 20 damage we're missing. So yeah, I think we are, like, I'm trying to think of the end game, and that Primal Groudon, sure, it's gonna be a bit hard to take down, but it's not gonna be impossible. And with a lucky DC, we might even be able to get the KO with Mewtwo if it doesn't Lysander KO it, because it already has 40 damage. So we should be good here. And give me 1 second, guys. I have to put cream on my hands because they're really dry. So give me 1 second. Okay, so apparently he went for a super potion, so I'm not gonna be able to 2-hit KO the Groudon here. I can't deal 190 damage. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna Dynamotor onto the Mewtwo or onto the Raikou. A 5 energy Raikou deals 110 damage. No, I'm gonna put the energy on Mewtwo to put more pressure on him. Give me 1 second, I need that cream. Okay, now my regular attachment, which unfortunately is now not enough. I mean, I could attach that to Raikou, I guess. Maybe to the active even. Or maybe to Mewtwo. Because if he doesn't have the Lysander play immediately next turn. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Just gonna attach the energy to Mewtwo, and I'm gonna Thunderlance once again. The KO on Primal Groudon is delayed. He could AC, he could do something in order to prevent the KO, but it's not looking good for Mike. Definitely not looking good for Mike. And I'm not using my Sycamore, I'm not using my Verseeker because there's absolutely no need to, and thinking of a future scenario where Mike ends up using an N in order to prevent me from getting any resources, I'd rather have those two cards as outs in order to recover from the N. And we generally have the absolute best setup we could have hoped for at this point in time, so it's really no big deal. No big deal. Wow, my hands feel much better now. Okay. Okay. So it is a very long and slow paced game, that's for sure. But I mean, the Assault Vest on the active, the Assault Vest would have been better on the Primal, on the benched Primal. He does run Enhanced Hammer, and there's a Computer Search, so what is he going to get? Maybe a Supporter, maybe a Switch, maybe the Lysander, maybe a Switch Lysander in order to KO the Mewtwo. And yeah, as you can see guys, if he Lysander KOs the Mewtwo, I do have the 3, wow. He decides to use Mega Turbo to draw an extra card off of Tropical Beach, which means okay, I'm gonna remove his Tropical Beach, which means my Mewtwo will now have an easier time KOing the Groudon. To Raikou in the discard pile. Huh. That could actually be a big problem. But there's nothing more I should or can do other than Thunderlance. His play is definitely to Lysander, KO the... There's the Maxie's Hidden Volt Trick, but I doubt we'll be able to use it. Credit to Michael Slutsky for the list. This is his list. And yeah. The other Float Stone is nice. But we actually only have 3 attackers now. We have the 2 Raikou and the Mewtwo. So if he does KO the Mewtwo, I'm gonna 2-hit KO the Groudon, but if he is able to KO my last Raikou, we're gonna be in a lot of trouble. And a 6 energy Raikou deals 170 damage, so I mean it's not gonna be enough to KO the Groudon. Okay, so he promotes the Primal. Yeah, there's no way we don't 2-hit KO here. I might even benefit, perhaps. Okay, he plays Karina. That should seal the game, I think. No, okay. So he's gonna use Puzzle of Time. He's gonna recover the Super Potion here and heal off the Primal Groudon, which makes sense. And he's gonna discard an energy, making it harder, I guess, for us to KO. But it's no big deal, really. As long as we do it KO the Primal, we should be good. And I mean, Mikey's hand is going to be really big after his turn, so I might benefit from using an N in the upcoming turn. But I am genuinely worried about not having access to more attackers. Okay, so he gets back a Tropical Beach, gets back a Super Potion. Okay. Yep, that was a really, really good play on his end. Really good play. He benches a Robo-Sub, which I'm sure he would have loved to see earlier on, and he deals 460 damage to my poor Raikou. Okay, so we have abilities here, and Mike's deck is big enough, and he has a Lysander in the discard pile. No versus Seekers though. He has yet to play a versus Seeker. And how do I chat here? Oh, there it is. How have you not played a versus Seeker yet? Wow. Okay, so Fighting Fury Belt doesn't really help us. I could do maximum damage to this Primal Groudon. 3 energy, that's 6, 8, 10. Wow, I would have had the 1-hit KO. Okay, I definitely have to end here, right? I'm gonna bench the Dynamo. I guess I'll attach the Fighting Fury Belt to the Mewtwo, just in case whatever happens. And I'm gonna Dynamotor 3 times onto the Raikou. Because if he does Lysander KO the Mewtwo, we know he got back at Tropical Beach. If he does Lysander KO the Mewtwo, I will have 3 more Dynamotors, and my Raikou will have 7 energy, and it will be dealing 190 damage. I will attach the DCE. No, I'm gonna hold on to the DCE, I think. Or should I? Yeah, I'm gonna hold on to the DCE for the decking out scenario that I was talking about. And there's the end. Okay, so we don't draw too much off of it. We do get an energy, which is nice. And with that energy, yeah, I would have liked to draw my Verse Seeker, my last Verse Seeker. But anyways, I'm just gonna Thunderlance here for 130 damage. Even if he heals himself, I should, yeah, the only way he can prevent that Primal Groudon from getting KO'd, okay, he has a Lysander. Oh boy. Does he have the Stadium? I would imagine he does. And there's a victory, yeah. So he was missing the Stadium. I was going to do it KO, that ended up sealing up the game. And yeah, he gave us way too much time to prepare in order to trade effectively with the Primal Groudons, and the fact that he was only able to power up 1 was what gave us the win. So I'm gonna write that down, and I will see you guys in the next video where we are going to feature our next match. I cannot use Eel's Raikou anymore, so you'll be seeing a brand new deck from my end. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.